so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have not been here with us before in person or on the webinar, my name is Joanna and I am your MLS manager here at Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association. What we are specifically covering today are all of the new tools that are coming out next week. So hopefully you guys are here because you've seen the emails, you've seen the marketing, maybe you've done some research, maybe you haven't, that's okay. I'll explain it to you guys a little bit. On Tuesday of next week, you're going to see a lot of changes in the MLS system. They're all much awaited and much needed upgrades to the matrix system. So the way that you see the dashboard right now will be new, fancy, and updated. We will also be having a new feature added into uploading photos that is called Restb.ai. So we'll have a little bit of AI plugged in to help you write your photo descriptions in the matrix system. But the biggest change of all that we will be going over today that you're going to see next week is the change to our client portal. So that, I think, is the longest awaited change. We hear it from the members. You know, we take everything into consideration, and they've been saying for a while that they want a new client portal. Ours is a little outdated. It might be like a little clunky, so to seem. And you know, we are hearing from you guys that, you know, you're signing your clients up on the the client portal, and they're still going out to other sites. You know, they're going to realtor.com, they're going to Zillow, they're going everywhere else because they enjoy those sites more. So we are upgrading that client portal so that it is more sticky and your clients stay on your portal where you sent them. It will work a lot similar to what we have now. So there's not going to be a huge learning curve for it. Everything's just going to be, you're going to have more features available than you did before, and it's going to look a lot better. It's going to move a lot better. Again, it won't be as clunky as it is now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of those upgrades today. I'm going to show you, give you some previews of what they look like so that you're not just kind of surprised by what you see when it comes to Tuesday. And we're going to go through the functionalities of them, and they will be on our staging platform, which is something that where we stage everything, we build everything out on the back end. And then on Tuesday, you'll see these features go live. So you don't have access to any of these features yet. They are coming next week. There are 3 upgrades that are coming, and you will see those 3 upgrades throughout the day show up on the dashboard that you're familiar with. So as we go through this, if you do have any questions, use that button down below, the Q&A button, because it's a webinar series. The chat is disabled, but you can use that Q&A button, and I will answer questions live as we go through this if needed. And if you get stuck, again, later on, you get stuck or you have questions and you don't feel like asking them in that Q&A, give us a call, shoot us an email at mls@rpcra.org, and we'll be here to help you out with that. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to share our screen. All right, so this is our MLS, or commonly referred to as the matrix system, and this is as you see it now. Let me move a couple of boxes here so that I can see everything to help you guys out. So as you can see, this is the old feature, and it is what we're comfortable with and what we're used to. And for those of us that don't like change, I know it seems a little scary, but I promise you the new features are absolutely beautiful. And if you take a second to take in the new dashboard, you might notice some similarities to what you see here. So up here in this top box, we'll be able to switch to the new dashboard by just clicking that little toggle up here. What you'll notice is you can also go back to the classic mode. So if you are absolutely terrified of change, that's okay. We get it. You can switch back to classic mode and stay in the regular dashboard that you're used to. And maybe you're just not ready. You don't have time to get used to the new dashboard. That's okay. You can switch back to it. Everything is right here up underneath your name. Now, in here, you can see that a lot of these boxes are similar to what you had on your last dashboard. This one is just a lot better to view, and you have a lot more setting features in these, and I'm going to go through each of these. The biggest part of this new dashboard is that it is going to work with the OneHome upgrade. So OneHome will be the new client portal. Right now, we just refer to it as client portal. It doesn't really have a name. It will be referred to now as OneHome. And how it works with it is you will now have this beautiful notifications tab. So this is my own dashboard. You can see my own name in here because I plugged myself in as a customer. I don't have customers, but you will see all of your customers' movement here every morning when you log in. So you can see here, it shows when I visited the portal. It has shown I've got new saved searches. I did this as an example. I wrote a note on a property on the customer portal. I don't like blue doors. So any movement that your clients make inside of the portals is going to be easily viewable here on the side. And this is what we're referring to as the timeline. Now, it is not Facebook, it is not a Facebook timeline, but it is your client's timeline. So you can click the refresh button here if you need to. You also have the settings button here where you can turn off and on certain notifications. So some members don't care how many times somebody visits the portal. Maybe you only want to see like notes, favorites, certain things could be important to you, certain things could not be important to you. You can simply shut off certain features and turn them on right here and save at the bottom, and it will only display what you want it to display. But you can also collapse this if you need a bigger view of your dashboard, or you can keep it open. So here on the dashboard, again, a lot of these boxes are the same type of boxes that we had previously on the dashboard. You can still search an address rather quickly. You can have your market watch here. You can refresh it. So if you've been sitting here for a few minutes and you want to refresh it to see if the new listings or solds have gone up, you can do that. And you have the settings button here so that you can edit what you're seeing in that market watch. So if we go back to that home page, maybe for your market watch, you don't want to see the entirety of the MLS. So right now, everything in MLS, it's showing the new listings are 64, 30, maybe you specialize just in Cape Coral, and that's all that you want. You can edit those features here, plug in what you want, click save, and it will only show you the parameters you want. And that does save. So you don't have to do that every time you come in. That is your market watch tab that you can personalize to what your needs are. Scrolling down, we have the Domus market stats. So this is the close price, the days on market. It's just a very basic chart. If you have not used the Domus market stats tool before, we've done several classes on that, but we'll have more coming up as well. That is a tool back on your dashboard, and it gives you lots of reporting for the market. This just gives you a visual for the day. You can see like, hey, is it like dramatically dropping? Is it dramatically shooting up? But it's also interactive, so you can run your cursor along with it. And it just gives you a good idea. A lot of us log into MLS every single morning. So it gives you a good idea every morning when you log in what that market looks like, because I know that's the #1 question that you get out there as a realtor. They say, hey, what is the market looking like? So down here, we also have hot sheets for the different properties, and we'll click through here. So it shows everything that is residential and new. And they've got that for each section. You can change your parameters on here as well, so that you only have certain ones that show up. And then you can also change your timeline for hot sheets. So it'll ask you like how long you want to run it for, or if you want to select a time range of the properties that will show up on that. Okay. Continuing down, you also have favorite searches. So if you've ever gone up here and used any of these searches, there are blue buttons at the bottom where you can save your favorite searches. Those will show up here. Any of your listings, you'll get a nice report here if you have any. So you would have your numbers here. You can click into these and it'll pull all of your active listings, your pending listings, anything like that. Recent portal visits. So this is more reporting that will come in from OneHome. You have it here, but there's also a feature here that gives you a little bit more insight. Recent use contacts. So if you have anybody who is recent to the portal, that will show there. If you've created any carts within your search, that will also show there. You have external links. This goes out to many of our resources that we offer here in the MLS. You have your stats here. If you've saved any, contact requests, which will come through OneHome, and listing data checker if you have any violations. Let's hope you never have to use this tab. But for a lot of us, there are some tabs that we use more than others. There are some tabs that we like more than others, and we like our dashboard set up a certain way. So opening this or collapsing it, either way, you can view it how needed, but you can also edit your dashboard easily up here. So you can turn off any one of these boxes. Maybe you don't need the stats, maybe you don't use hot sheets. You can easily remove those. And then by grabbing these bars, you can move them around on your dashboard and put them in the order that you would like. The only thing that you cannot get rid of are news and alerts. So right now there are no news alerts posted on Matrix, so it doesn't show up here. But if there was a news alert on Matrix, it is going to show up as that first box. So when you guys come in on Tuesday and you log in, you can upgrade to this new dashboard so that you can easily access your client activity and get used to the new look. Right now, like I said, it is an option, so you can turn it on and turn it off as needed. However, in the future, this will be the new permanent look, and the classic look will be phased out. That's a while from now. We don't really have dates for that, but if you can, get used to the new dashboard just for your own familiarity. You also will now be able to change text size. And those are the three options here. So most of us, I think, are going to end up on this big size because all of our eyes are just going. But if you wanted to shrink it and expand to make more space, you certainly can do that. So if you feel like your MLS looks too small, if you click on this button, you can go ahead and make it super duper large. Now, this is the part that you will be able to see next week on Tuesday. Another part that I want to show you is not going to be yet available on Tuesday, but it will be available probably in the next coming months. We don't have a release date for it yet, but you guys showed up today. I want to show you the cool new things that are coming down the pipeline, and that will be a new search. So right now, our search as we're used to it is here. We have our residential, we have our income, we have our rentals, lot and land as you see them here. The new search eventually will look like this. It's going to be a lot more user-friendly. It's going to be interactive. Right now, you have to enter in your parameters that you want, and then you either, you go to your list or you go to your map, and then you have to go back and forth until you find what you need. This will show everything on one page. So your different options are here. Instead of being all listed out here, they will be under one tab. Your search will bring you to one place. So we can choose residential, and then you can enter in your parameters. This will be the same parameters that you've always known and loved here on the residential tab, but this can be very, again, overwhelming. There's lots of stuff to fill out, and then you have to click in between your tabs instead of it being in one convenient place. So in here, we'll look at properties that are between 250 and 450. And you can see as I start to enter stuff, the map will continue to update. It lands right in the middle. Bonita Springs, you've got our area north, and then Naples here south, because we do data share. So there is us, and then Bonita's association and the Naples association that all exist in this platform. So it lands right in the middle, but you can interact with this map, move it around. As you are doing that, your list is down here below, and you can move this as needed. So maybe you don't like the map feature as much, you just like the list. However you make this visible for yourself, it will stay so it is as you like it. In this list view, you will now have new features as well. This is the list view almost as we've known it before. It's very much like in an Excel style. You can click into each listing just as you had before and open up the full view. The full view will remain the same, but instead, if you wanted to, you could do a tile view. A lot of people like this instead. This is kind of like what the syndication sites look like from what we've gathered, and they like to view it this way instead. So in here, you can customize your whole search view, and you'll be able to access the customized portion, the map, and the results tab all at the same time. You'll have your options up here for saved searches and sending out auto email searches up here instead of at the bottom as you did before. So this one will come a couple months from now. You won't see this next week, but what you will be seeing next week is this brand new dashboard. All right, so if we don't have any questions on how this dashboard works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over to our new Restb.ai platform. And as you can see, this is in staging. So if you go out into your MLS right now, you will not be able to see this feature that I'm about to show you, but you will see it on Tuesday of next week. So from Tuesday on, when you go into input, you will now have a new little button. I'm going to edit an existing one. However, if you go to put in a new MLS as well, you'll see the same thing. If you don't know how to input a listing because you're brand new, that's okay. We have plenty of classes on that. I highly suggest taking that class. We go through the input for every section that is out here. Down here at the bottom, manage photos. This will all look just as it has before. The only thing that is changing for this feature is this new button right here. So it says auto-generated descriptions on upload using Restb.ai. If you do not like AI, you do not like this feature, that's okay. You simply uncheck this and your photo upload will work just as it did before. However, if you check this in blue, what it will do is it will now auto tag your photos and it will write out that description for you. So we're going to upload some photos here so that you get an example. I grabbed about 4 or 5 photos. Don't do what I did. I just took some random photos. That's copyright. This is not going live. So you can see here, I did not type out anything. I did not choose anything. There were a couple that were already in here before, and we'll delete this one because it's a picture of the ocean. So out here, what it has done, it has identified the photo and it wrote out the descriptions for me. It automatically knew that this was a living room, and it wrote out for us tiled living room with a chandelier and a raised ceiling. So it puts in some of the descriptions there. They're good size, they're not too long, but it does all of this for us. It makes your photos more ADA compliant. It puts the tagging on the back end. So when it feeds out, if they click on the photo, it will read the photo to them, and it does all of your descriptions for you. So nothing too complicated, not a big learning curve. It's super cool, kind of does a piece of the job for you. I know for me personally, I hate writing out descriptions. I'm not good at it. I was a science major. I was not made to write anything out. So having this feature for me is great. What you will see in the future, not next week, but what you will see in the future is this program will also be able to take all of your listing photos and write out your entire property description. That will be the next upgrade that we have that comes out later on. Right now, it'll write out all of your photos, descriptions, and it'll identify them for you. However, in the future, it'll write out that long property description for you as well, which is great if you don't like to write. This is really going to help you out, whether it's your listing you're putting in for ease of access, or maybe you're a buyer's agent and you constantly struggle with there not being enough information in the listing. This is going to force that information into the listing and provide better data for you, for your customers. I know a lot of us will like open up the listing and be like, oh my gosh, they didn't even identify any of these photos. Well, it's going to be identified now. You're going to get more data, more clean data, and have a lot more effort put into those listings. Any questions on the photo import part with the new Restb.ai feature? I don't see any yet. However, if you come up with a question, type it in the Q&A below. We'll come back to this if we have any issues here. All right. So our biggest feature that I believe everybody is here for is going to be our OneHome portal. Now, to give you guys a kind of a preview, let me open up this tab. A preview of what your customers are going to see is this. Right now, we do not, when we launch on Tuesday, we will not have Marketplace. I don't want you guys to worry about this feature. That will be in the coming months. We'll educate you guys on how you set these buttons up. However, if you've seen our current client portal, it has a like old school banner running across the top. It only has a couple of buttons. And it's very basic. There is like a list of the information, the photos you can click through, and that's about it. And the other issue that we've heard a lot of people dealing with is that they don't believe it's mobile friendly. As you can see here, this is the desktop version and then the mobile version. In the new program, if the client would like, when they get their welcome email, they can also opt into texting. That has been a big ask that we've gone out. We found a program that does that for you. So if they opt into texting, maybe you set them up on an auto email every morning, they get all of the 3-2 homes in Cape Coral. Well, now they can have it emailed to them and they can have it texted to them. So when they have it texted to them, if they click that link and they open it up, they'll get to see the mobile view of it. And then if they open it up on their computer, this will be the desktop version. There are a lot more features that will be in here. There's a lot more data, and it is laid out better for them. You can see down here in the corner, there's also a percentage because they will have a property fit score. When they create their account, if they choose to make an account, it will ask them if they would like to take a survey for a property fit score. The system will ask them questions about what's important to them. Are granite countertops important? Are bathroom upgrades important? It'll ask them a series of questions. It will use that data then to rank how fitting the property is to them. If they don't like that feature, then they can also shut that feature off, okay? So I'll show you guys a quick little video run through of what they see, but I want to walk you through what you're going to see, because that's going to be, on your end, what you're going to need to learn for Tuesday. In our portal currently, let's open this up. So currently everything exists under contacts, and it still will on Tuesday. All of your contacts will still be in here. Everything will look just as it does now. So I'm going to walk you through our current client portal and just let you know which buttons are going to change. And if you have not used our client portal before, this will kind of be a good walkthrough so that you know how to set up a client. So as you can see, I've currently set myself up in here for an example, and all of your customers will be in here just the same as they are today. When you click into here, all of your tabs are going to be the same. The only thing that will be different is this will say OneHome searches instead of portal searches. And where it says open in portal, it'll say open in OneHome. Okay, but I'm going to walk you through each of these tabs in case you're, if you've not used this before, that's okay. So first and foremost, you've got the details and a brief synopsis of what your client has been doing inside of the portal. So the contact information is displayed, their recent activity, any activity at all. If they favorited it, that's the heart. Possibilities, that's the light bulb. If they wrote any notes, and if they saved any new searches. This will still be on here. You will have additional boxes in here once OneHome launches, and that will be their property fit. So that survey asks them at the beginning where it says, what's more important to you? Do you need a pool? Do you need this? It'll ask questions based on our MLS input and the features that we have in our MLS. You'll be able to see the answers to all of their questions so that you have a better idea of what their needs are. It will also have in there, they can create checklists for themselves on their portal. It will show you their checklist, and it'll show you anything that they've completed, where they're at. So you have more insights into their activity, their needs, and their process as well. The auto emails will look just the same. You can change out their settings. They will still get emails that show that they are coming from you. So right now it shows that, the customer has received an email from Joanna Rowell. When we switch to the new platform, it'll still show that it comes from you. So they won't be alarmed by anything new. What they will get on Tuesday is a welcome email asking them if they want to opt into text messaging. So that's the only thing to really know that's going to change is when they click that link, it'll look new and they will get an email asking them if they would like to opt into text messaging. So in here, it shows what parameters are set up for the emails that the client gets every single morning, or maybe, every single evening, however you have it set up. And you can edit out any of that if need to. So this is the email settings. And this is what you would have set up from the beginning. It will all look the same. This instead will say open in OneHome, and you'll be able to see it in that new fancy dashboard. All right, carts. I have not created any carts for us in here, but if you saved any, that will show here. If you created any CMAs and sent them, that will still come right from Matrix. So this is more so going to be for your seller clients. That will still be just the same. OneHome is just taking over that buyer client portal. You will still be able to see all of the emails that were sent out. You will be able to see any saved searches that you have created for them. And then portal searches, this is any searches that they have created. Again, this will say OneHome searches and open in OneHome instead of just portal. Let's see, we've got a question. Will the existing portal automatically switch over on Tuesday? Will there be a message on the change, or do we need to let them know? It is automatically going to happen. So on the back end, Matrix is taking all of the data and putting it into OneHome. It will be a seamless transition. It's going to be later in the day on Tuesday. So when they, most likely, I know most of our members have their settings so that every morning they get the new listings. So most likely nobody will see the new platform until Wednesday morning. Or if they get any listings, like if maybe you have them set up to get an alert immediately when there's a new listing, they might get that link later in the day. So what will happen is the email will look very much the same. It'll be better formatted, but it'll have that same subject line that you set up for them. It'll have that same email body that you set up for them. It'll still have your signature in it, all the same. It will just happen seamlessly. So when they click in, they will just see a new platform. You don't have to do anything. I will show you where you can go into your settings, because there will be more features, but all of your current settings, all of your current branding, all of that will go over. You don't have to redo it at all. It'll be done for you. The only message that's going to go out is they will get a welcome message on Tuesday that asks them if they would like to opt in to texting. And it does show that it's coming from you, just as everything else in the platform does. I hope that answers your question. If you have any more, just let me know. All right, so your portal searches again are in here, and you'll be able to view what they see exactly in OneHome. And then reverse prospect, just as before, will be in here for your sellers. So the important thing to know about this is most of this is staying the same. The details page, you're going to have more reporting, you're going to see more features. And the buttons are just going to say OneHome searches instead of portal searches. And it'll say anywhere you see the word portal, it will now read OneHome. It is important to come out to your settings. And this is something that you can currently do if you have not done it yet. You come into your settings mode, you go into my information, and make sure that all of your branding and your information is up to date. So in here, 2 things that are going to change. In your header and footer section, right now you have an option that says portal header, because this is the old format that it would show at the top of our client portal. This will be going away because it will be newly designed, and it will look like this. All of your branding will be down here, which we're going to go through in a second. But all of your branding is going to show up in this beautiful button with all of your information, but it is laid out like this. You will not have that header any longer. Now, right here where it says portal profile, again, this is going to now read the OneHome profile. There's lots of information in here. You can put your photo in here. You can put a portal greeting in here. You can import a video and contact information. Now, under here, under contact information, you have only so many things that you can choose from. When we launch on Tuesday, this will be the only thing that I encourage you to go out and physically do. Everything else is done for you, but there will be more fields and more options for you to fill out here. Everything you currently have, your photo, this information right here, this will seamlessly transfer over and it will show on your branding when somebody clicks into their agent on the profile. But if you wanted to add more features out there, they will have like links to your social medias and again, just more boxes. So you can go out there, you can beef up your profile and make it look better late in the day, Tuesday into Wednesday morning, and be able to update these features. Okay, if we don't have any questions on the back end for this, I want to show you guys a quick little run through video of what your clients are going to see. Because at the end of the day, a lot of this will look the same to us. We just have more features. The biggest changes are going to be what our clients see. Right now, I do want to point out that we still will have with these searches that you're used to, because the new search isn't coming yet. The way that you set up a client will still be the same. So out here, you can either come to your contacts and add a contact this way, or you can start from your search. So if somebody called you and they said, hey, we're thinking of buying in the next 6 months, and we're looking for something around 300,000 in Cape Coral, you know, you would come out here and you would set them up. So we're going to look at single family homes in Cape Coral, and we'll try this price range of 250 to 350. We'll just do a quick little, you can fill out as much as you need out here. If you've done this before, I know it's a little dry, but so that gives us 267 matches. We go to results, and in this results tab, this is where you would assign it to your customers. So you can save the search for them so it shows up on their portal, or you can do a new auto email. Most of us end up here at auto email because we want them to get reminders when there are new listings. So you'll go to new auto email and set this up just as you did before. Same thing, this will be the same. So in here, you can create a new contact. Example. And these are still the required fields. All right, we would click save, add it in here. Put in your subject line. You can change out your welcome email or the recurring email. You've got 2 different settings there. So this will all work the same. You'll still have your verbiage editable in the OneHome portal. You choose the criteria. You can choose to keep this in the reverse prospecting or not. So, and then this is what I was referring to earlier from the schedule. So you can have it sent out right away. So if something hits the market, they get an email right away. If they're getting too many emails, maybe they're getting like 30 emails a day, you can set it up just for daily so that they get a synopsis of what's been listed every morning, or you could do all in the evening, whichever you would like, or you could do monthly, and you'll click save. And it'll work just the same as it does here. It's just going to be the view of what they get on the end that is now going to be enhanced. So what I'm going to do is run you guys through a little video real quick, and it'll run us through what the customer sees upon setup and searching through the portal. Out here on Tuesday, you will also have a new button. You will have the Learning Lab. that you'll be able to click into. It'll have a lot of videos out there as well. I have covered most of what you're going to see in here, but if you feel that you need additional help, there is a section just for the OneHome feature. There, I think there's about 9 videos in there. They're quick little 2-minute videos. So you can go out there if you need additional help. But the Learning Lab that we are launching also has videos for all the different things inside of Matrix. So if you're struggling with anything in particular, then it'll help you through that and just give you some more resources as well. So earlier when you asked if we had any recordings, this portal is going to probably be your best bet because they're nice little short clips. This one specifically is how clients will log in. They have the subject lines, the subjects laid out for you so you can easily find what it is you might need help with, or your, if you're a broker, what your agents might need help with. They've got these great little videos. All right, so how our clients will log in. This is going to it's a silent video. As it walks through, I will talk you guys through it. So in here, they will receive an email, just as they did before. Check out these listings. This is the subject that you would have created before. This is what your customer is going to see. They will get a welcome to OneHome email. And it will allow them to opt in, but they do not. And the biggest question we've been getting so far is, do they have to create an account? I have customers who have already been searching. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to click the link. That is absolutely fine. Every single day when they get the email of the properties that you have sent to them, they can just click the link and view the properties. They don't have to create an account unless they want to use the added features that are in here. If they want to interact and they want to save stuff, it is obviously in their best interest to create an account because they can go out to OneHome at any time, log in, find all of their stuff. But if they feel inconvenienced, they do not have to create an account. One of the other biggest problems we had with our old dashboard was if a client wanted to go out and look at properties, they had to go into their email, they had to find a past link, they had to click through. It was like all these steps to access the portal. They will now simply be able to go to onehome.com, log into their profile if they've created one, and search right inside of your branded platform. When they first sign up, it will take them through a tutorial of what they need to do. There are 5 slides. And it will tell them how this works. They can just skip through and exit, or they can go ahead and read through. I know we all deal with different personalities. Some people want all the information. Some people are like, nope, just let me search. I know what I'm doing. So once they're in here, this is what their platform is going to look like. This is just an example. Obviously, these are northern homes, not Florida homes. However, this is what the portal will look like when you send them properties. So in here, it will display all of the thumbnails running along the left-hand side. It will show them in the map view as well. And then they will be able to click into each individual property. They can dislike it. They can love it. They can, when they click into it, they can also take notes. So we have a screenshot over here. When they scroll down, they will be able to take notes. It will give them trends on that property right here on OneHome. And like I said, it will give them more features. There are property details. They've got school data, travel time feature, and tax information. So it is giving them access to a lot more information than our previous portal had given them before. All right. So in here, if they wanted to create an account, that button is right up here at the top. And we'll let them click into it. And here, it's going to just ask them for basic information: first name, last name, password, and confirm password. It is going to use the email that you already have on the account for them. It'll have them agree, terms and conditions. They can click OK. And then they'll be good to go and they will be set up. Everything in their portal now that they interact with will save. It will always report to you what they do on that dashboard where we saw the activity before. We saw the favorites, we saw the dislikes. It will always provide that to you, but it will save more of their data once they create an account. And anytime that they do try to do something that's not going to save, it will prompt them to create an account as well. However, this dashboard is just a lot more user-friendly than the one we had before. Again, they have a planner option. They have a property fit score that can be turned on and off, and you will be getting a lot more reporting and a lot more stats than you did before, so that you can follow up with your customers as needed. Some people call it stalking. We like to say that it's not, but you will be getting a lot more features here running along the left-hand side of what they are doing in their OneHome portal. So that is all of the new features that are coming out to our platform next week. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I'll give you a few minutes for Q&A, but a brief synopsis of everything that we've gone over. You're going to get that new home screen. And then probably a couple months from now, you'll see that new search feature. Tuesday, you will get the Restb.ai, which will write your photo captions for you. Eventually in the future, it will even write your property descriptions for you. And you also will be getting that OneHome portal for your clients. I think the biggest thing out of all of this is we're going to have a beautiful new platform for our clients so that they stay with you. You can set them up right there in MLS and they'll be taken care of. I don't see that we have any questions. Again, our contact information is mls@rpcra.org. So you can send that on in. Oh, we do have a question. If they don't sign up for an account, will they just get the auto emails and not be able to see all of the listings in the OneHome? So they can, it's a great question. They will get every email that you send to them. They will click in and it will show you, as it did before, just the list of what you sent them that day. So maybe there's 3 new properties that came on the market and they got that summary email in the morning. They'll see those 3 new properties. They'll be able to see the searches that you have saved for them. But it will just be anything that you have set up. If they wanted to save their own searches, they will need to create an account. But they can search through and look through everything because it feeds right from our MLS. It's an MLS product. So they will be able to search through, but they can't save anything without creating a profile. Hopefully that answers that. Awesome. All right. So, and if you, so like I was saying, if you want, you can email us in mls@rpcra.org, or you can call us if you are super stuck. We are here for you through the process. But I thank you guys so much for coming out today, learning the new products. So you're rocking and rolling and ready to go next week. And hopefully we will see you soon on our next MLS Monday or our next MLS Express class. Thanks for coming out today, guys.